在这辆号称划时代车型的特斯拉cybertruck旁边，正是号称是陆地上最强最快的皮卡车——道奇 Ram1500 TRX， 俗称霸王龙。赛博皮卡的介绍看多了，我们就不再过多解读。这期视频带来国外一位 TRX 车主对 cybertruck 的真实体验感受。
What is that? Is that a TRX? This is actually the second TRX we've seen right now next to a Cybertruck, so this could get pretty interesting. Let's see if the TRX owner wants to chat and get a comparison between the TRX and the Tesla Cybertruck. Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're here with Jarrett, and Jarrett is a TRX owner, so it's going to be interesting to get his reaction on the Tesla Cybertruck. So let's get into it.
Worth mentioning, my daily driver is a Tesla.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So that's it. So that's my daily. So I mean, I'm no stranger to the Tesla infrastructure, but I'm a stranger to this.
Right.
But you're also not a stranger to truck life.
Right. Well, this is fairly new. This is my midlife crisis truck. A friend of mine got one, and I got a really sweet deal, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to be a truck guy. You know, why not, right?
So what do you use your truck primarily for?
Driving to the gym at home, like errands. So, I mean, it's very strong. I mean, 8 cylinders, 700 horsepower, but this will still kill it off the line for sure.
What do you think about the exoskeleton steel, the material?
I mean, it's wild. I'm looking forward to seeing what people do when they wrap them. I really want to see if Tesla has got a better handle on the fit and finish, because my X is a little questionable.
Okay.
2020, so I'm hoping that 4 years later they have that down a little bit better. It's not as tall as I thought it would be. One of the things I saw in the review videos is really sharp right here. Okay. But you know what? You can tell that part of the work was that they filed this down.
Yeah, so this one is more rougher. Okay. The other one is definitely more smoother.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
And you can see, hard freaking steel, literally stainless steel.
Okay, front camera, tow hooks, and the lights that are down there. And then here's this giant wiper. Oh man, it's huge. In person to see the length of this thing is absolutely wild.
The fluid drips out of here, so that's how there's no water jets or anything like that. It just comes out of here and then just rolls down the side right there.
It's good engineering. Is this actual carbon fiber or is this just a design?
So this is a shout out to Unplugged Performance. It's a Tesla performance shop in Hawthorne.
Yeah.
They installed these on yesterday as the prototype, and then these are also their 22-inch rims, which is the largest fitted on a Cybertruck so far.
That is incredible. I mean, it looks so much better than the one that it comes out with. Is this also just a plastic cover, like the one?
No, so this is an actual rim. Okay. I think it's forged mono black. Yeah, you can see it at the bottom there. You can see the KO2 tires. I think yours has similar Wrangler tires, off-roading, huge tires. When you're driving your TRX, do you hear the tires on the highway and things like that?
No, you hear the supercharger. You hear the supercharger whine. The tires are not loud. If they are, I don't notice them. But it's not. You don't get the road noise, which is good.
Let me know your thoughts on size of the bed versus the TRX.
Can I walk it?
Go for it.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, so it's supposed to be 6 feet long, right?
6.5 or something like that.
So let's all the way back here. Let's see if you could transport some bodies. I think you could almost close this. I could. Here we go.
Good night.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, jump on top.
No way.
It can hold 300 pounds. And you can see, we already got footprints all over it.
See guys doing this, are you sure?
Go for it. As long as you're not over 300 pounds.
Not today. Are you for real?
Go for it.
All right. This is absolutely ridiculous. I should not be able to do this. I should absolutely not. But that's crazy. So wait, how easily does it slide back?
Just like that. And on top of that, it's secured, it's locked, so you can keep your stuff safe in here, wherever you go.
When the tonneau cover is closed, how do you see on the back? Just a camera?
Just a camera, yeah. A little baby camera with a baby rearview mirror.
I mean, that's smooth. That's not going to cut anybody. But here it is. It's just kind of wild. That this is the skin, right? The little thing.
That is it. That is it. Bulletproof, shopping cart proof, but not fingerprint proof.
Yeah. Okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to wrap it?
Yeah, it's actually getting wrapped this week.
What color?
Not to unveil yet, but I think I want to go as loud as possible.
It's wild. It's not as big in person as I thought it was going to be. People go, oh, it's so big, and I know they shrunk it down from the original a little bit. It's not in any way too big for streets.
So how you open the door is pretty interesting. You're going to go and top button right there.
Does it matter anywhere?
Yep. And that's it.
All right.
So it's not like a Model X where Model X presents the doors to you or opens the doors for you. What are your thoughts on?
It's heavy. That's really heavy. This would drive me nuts. I would be out here with my stainless steel polish, which I clean my fridge with.
Yep.
And and I would be getting all of this off. I would not be okay with that.
Yeah, and that's the problem. So I took this to my detailer. He did a one-pass wash, basic soap and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was all clean, but all the fingerprints were still there.
Now, if you have kids, if you are driving around a 3-year-old cannot do this.
Exactly.
A 5-year-old can't do this. One, they're not tall enough. And then, these are just my immediate reactions. Open that. A little kid can't reach up, and this is, I don't know what this weighs, but it's a lot.
It's heavy, for sure.
What do you think the weight is for?
No idea, but I know the whole truck is 6,300 pounds.
Okay.
I don't know how that compares to a TRX or other. Okay, so that's heavier. I did not know that.
I had to, and just like you have to do with this, did you register this in California?
No, not yet.
But avoid it if you can. You have to take that to a truck scale before you can register.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe I bought that out of state.
Okay.
And maybe that was why I paid California taxes and I registered it here. But you have to do all these things for commercial vehicles and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it has a bed. So this is, I don't know, can I sit the back first?
Go for it.
Look at this big screen back here. I didn't know about this. Is this an option or is this all?
This is a stock, and you can't configure it any different than how you see it right now.
Wild.
How do you think the headroom being 6 foot?
Headroom is good. Yeah, I'm not close to hitting it, so we're good. I would be comfortable back here. Like there's enough room. It doesn't look that big from when you get in, but actually there's plenty of room. This is really nice. Go all the way over. You can see everything. And then looking out the back, this is great. Does the window lower?
The window does not lower. Yeah, that was a miss. I wish it did.
You know, it's okay. Can't have everything. The suede is cool. I mean, the glass roof is like unbelievable. People with like the 3s and the Ys, they say it just gets too hot, but this looks like it has some serious tint on it. So hopefully that'll keep people. And, you know, if they're building these things in Texas, you know, hopefully they know to keep the the sun out.
Yeah, I think this already has UV protection or film of some sort.
Yeah.
And then the sides, of course, are tinted after the fact. Pull that tab right there.
Okay.
So a little bit of a storage functionality.
Very common in all pickup trucks I've ever seen. But it's good because you need this extra room because like even if you have stuff in the bed, you want to put stuff inside. I like the fact that there's extra room in here to do stuff with. And this is a pretty good size opening. It's not exceptionally long, but it's nice to have that like all together. And then does the same thing put it back down?
Exactly.
That's nice. On mine, you got to grab the release and then kind of force it down. So that's good.
Jump into the driver's seat. I want to show you a few things before we get off. Tap the brake, and then turn the steering wheel lock to lock. All the way left and all the way right. That's it.
That's crazy. Okay. I mean, that's like almost like nothing. I tried my Tesla has, you know, the real wheel.
Yep.
I had a loaner that had a yoke, so I got to try the yoke, and now I'm going to get to try the Squircle, which...
Squircle.
that's-
You know, yeah.
We call it a Squircle?
Squircle, yep.
We call it? Okay. That's fun.
Stand to the back and then look at the back wheel.
Okay. Wow. That's fucking insane. That's absolutely insane. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. I mean, like the Porsches have four-wheel steering, but like,
But-
I mean, in a truck, this has got to be a first. One thing I always wanted to know is if, because like in my X, we have the sun visors that are on the A-pillar that, you know, they magnet into here, but it's not on a ball joint, which is the most frustrating thing because you can only have it in one position. And I always hope that they would change it. Can I move this?
Yeah.
Let's just see it.
It only kind of goes there and then back though.
But you still, you know, it doesn't go down. That's the thing. So
No.
if you're driving and like, it's like, say it's like in the afternoon and this is west, you can't really get that. Plus it's right into the head. But and there's another one. Okay.
Yep.
See, I didn't
So
see
it's a good
right
size
there.
compared to the Model X. The Model X is tiny.
Oh god, it's so small. Like, and then if I didn't have the sunshade over like the top part of the windshield, I don't know how anybody would like driving it. That's a good size, but you need a good size for like a windshield this big.
So here's the baby mirror I was talking about.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean that is a tiny mirror. That was some other people's complaints as well.
Yep.
But I mean, if you have the camera, like, who cares? PRND or here, right?
Yep, but it's also on the screen and also it guesses everything before you want to go. Oh, before we get into drive, I want to show you one thing.
Let's do it.
So you saw the unveil event in 2019.
Yeah.
Triple tap the front window.
At least they can make fun of themselves.
Now do the back window.
And it's exactly where I put my finger, right? So it's not like it's just one thing. And it's
Well,
even on left.
exactly, because you can hear exactly what he said in 2019.
That's a nice little Easter egg. All right. Is there like a route we're gonna take?
Yeah,
Or just
whatever you want.
All right. It's so crazy that you just a little bit and it turns. Wow. The control is wild. This is just a couple degrees.
So initial thoughts, comfort.
More comfortable than it looks. Like looking at this thing with all of its angles, it does not look like it's a vehicle made for comfort. I would say that this seat is almost better than my X.
Okay. What about versus the TRX?
The TRX is, I mean, very American design, right? I mean, you're talking Stellantis, Mopar, the Chrysler like era.
Ride height versus the TRX.
Lower, a lot lower. I feel like I'm in a
Lot
car.
lower.
I feel like I'm in a car.
Interesting.
But I mean, I'm sure we can raise it up.
So right now it's actually in low, so we can put it up to high, but high caps out at 25 miles
Okay, just like
an
my
hour.
X.
Yeah.
Okay, I can feel it going up and up and up. Here it goes. You can feel like the bag's like blowing up, which is really cool. Mirrors look good. I know they wanted to do the cameras there and like little screens, but the mirrors work really well. And then we're still not there yet.
So being a TRX owner, do you think this interior is rugged enough?
I mean, it really depends on who the target audience is. Is it rugged? I mean, the plastic
durable.
around it looks rugged. It's hard to imagine a touchscreen is anything that's like durable because, you know, it looks like you could damage it easily.
Right.
It definitely doesn't feel rugged. It doesn't feel like, this is not the first choice of a vehicle I would want to take off-road. Ridiculous. I mean, this is even quicker than my X. And I've got it's the performance, so it's the fast one.
How about speed? Because the TRX is pretty fast, right? Or
It's not the fastest, it's just very powerful.
Okay.
So like acceleration, I think it's still over 6 seconds to get to 60. Like with the TRX, you have to get like all the gears spooling up, you get the superchargers involved, and like, plus it's 6,700 pounds. So like to propel all that, it's a lot of work.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
So this is, I mean, visibility is really good. Like visibility is great. We haven't we've mostly been on a straight line, so I haven't had like a chance to see if the A-pillar blocks anything yet.
Right.
But we're gonna find out.
Is there any visibility issues in the TRX?
No, you can see like the entire world. It's like it almost feels like driving in a glass bubble. But that's because like the sunroof is like the entire glass pane. The back window's all glass. You know, the standard like pickup design is just glass on all sides.
Have you tried towing anything with your TRX?
No, I put my bike rack on and we
Okay.
took bikes to the beach, and that's fun. But I haven't actually like hooked anything up to it. People complain about not having the stock. I think it's fine. You get used to it in a couple hours. You can even self-cancels for the exit without turning. So like that's a nice feature, right? I will say the control that you have over the steering is incredible. Just like moving it a degree or two. I mean, look at this. Less effort. Like, oh, see, you gotta be careful on tight turns. You gotta be careful and prepare for that.
When you're driving your TRX on highways, do you get blown around on the highway sometimes, like with the wind?
Really severe wind. Where I live, the part of town I live in, like it's very windy.
Okay.
So you can definitely feel it because high-profile vehicles like are gonna get shifted. So sometimes, yeah. I feel like just with the design, the wind is just gonna, like an airplane, right? Like you're just gonna slice through the wind rather than be impeded by the wind. Because when you have like this angle, I'm sure that when they engineered it, they like considered that like you're just kind of slicing into the wind rather than let it. I mean, unless of course it's coming from the sides, which you can't do anything about that. So after a couple miles with this is a much more drivable vehicle than it looks like. So like when you first look at it, you go, Jesus, who's going to use that? What are they going to do with it? This is a very comfortable vehicle that's like easy to drive.
And the size, it doesn't really feel that big at all.
No, not at all. Because like comparing them is like, I mean, it's almost like you're definitely higher. Although I mean, I know we defaulted back to low, but like you feel like you're higher, and it's the TRX is hard to drive every day because it's so big. There's some places you just can't go. Like you can't go through drive-throughs, like the tight ones where there's curbs on both sides, like a 90-degree turn. Can't go through those, and then some parking lots you can't go to, and then a lot of parking garages you can't go to. So this doesn't strike me as would have any of those limitations.
So have you taken your TRX to like West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, downtown?
Yes.
And so it's probably a pain.
Not downtown, but we home Beverly Hills for sure.
So it's probably an issue sometimes parking.
Oh, 100%.
Do you think you'll have an issue with this?
No. No, this is lower. So my problems are mostly overhead clearance. I need 84 inches of clearance. So a lot of garages I go into, maybe the first level will be huge and you can do it, but as you go up, the clearance shrinks. So you really can't go any further than the first level. I don't love personal attention, so like I would feel a little weird I would feel weird like having everybody stare, which that's going to happen for at least another year.
All right, guys, so there you have it. This is the TRX owner reacts to the Tesla Cybertruck to see if it's actually a viable truck or not. I want to say thank you to Jared for coming out and reviewing it. But Jared, any final thoughts?
Sure. The Cybertruck is a lot more easy to drive as a day-to-day vehicle than a V8 massive truck. Also, the Cybertruck is not as big as it looks in pictures and in videos. It's a very manageable size, in my opinion. That may not be everybody's opinion, but this is something I can see myself driving every day, not even really realizing it's a truck, right? With the TRX, there's no mistaking that you're driving a giant-ass American truck.